Welcome back to my channel. My name is Wendy Lulu and this is the Empty Shell to Finished Build series. I'm using the Unfurnished Home by this creator here. Amazing creator. Recommend you go take a look at their other items. They've got a brilliant imagination. This is part 2, the design and theme, and I'm just going to go through the areas of the home and tell you what I've planned to do with them. Let's get to the house. Before we take a look around the home, I thought we'd have a bit of appreciation for the sim that I'm going to be using. This is my sim that we'll be play testing, see if things are still functional, see if we can still get to certain areas, see if anything's blocked. Yeah, she's wearing her building gear. Covered in, I don't know, what is that, cement or something, plaster. Yeah, I thought, well, we've got to dress her to match what we're doing. Right, I'm showing you the downstairs first of all. I've got plans for the whole. I've changed what this is going to be. It's still going to be a home, but it's not going to be a complete upstairs and downstairs home. So I want, this is going to be the residence, so we're going to have like apartments, but I'm not using the, what is it, for rent with the apartment, with the units. They're just going to live together. They're both going to run a bakery that's going to be coming from the bottom half. So if I take the walls out, and remember when I said I planned on having the kitchen here sectioned off, or like open plan kitchen, this is going to be the kitchen section of the bakery. The cooker and counters are going to go along here and down the sides. The front counter is going to come along the front, and a cold storage display that you can sell the items from, so that's going to go at the front there. Turn around, this area that I said would be a living area, open living, this is going to be where most of the tables are. They're going to come drifting out into the centre, but I need space from the entrance to the front counter and then to the seating area. Upstairs is going to be blocked off from the public. This back room I'm going to section off into 3 different bathrooms. They're going to be a 2x2 square in there, leaving a 1 tile along here. In each of them there's going to be a toilet, a sink, and like a corner cabinet thing, like with some flowers or something on them. Depends what theme we're going to go for, but that's going to be the bathroom area with 3 toilet stalls in. This room is the room that I'm having trouble deciding what to have. I was thinking it can be the bakery shop. I can have more of them cold storage selling display things in there with cakes and everything in. I can also sell jams from in there, honey, cups. You can even put cups on the displays to sell, so it's got like a proper bakery feel. It could be the pantry and storeroom, like keeping ingredients, extra baking trays, things like that in there. It could also be a kids area, so it could be a kid friendly cafe with an activity table in here, bookshelf. What else do kids have? Craft stuff, yeah, things like that in there. Or an idea that I was given was to have it as a separate room and have a wedding cake maker, like a specialist, work from in that room, so they'll be making my wedding cakes and my special cakes from in there, and they can have, every room would be cluttered no matter what room I make it, but this one I would have like the cake toppers all on shelves and shrink down bouquets to make them look like cake toppers, and I really don't know what to make it into. And the last idea I had, if I put the wall up, was to knock this front and side wall out and have it so this wall and this one, so it'd be a covered area and I could still have more outdoor dining in there. I don't know. have it like a night cafe or something. I definitely want it to be some kind of cafe or bakery, definitely. And out the back, they're going to have some kind of garden and maybe a mini orchard so they can get their fruits and some ingredients that they use. I definitely want them to have their homegrown ingredients no matter what kind of room it is. I don't know whether to be the design of it, where I want quite a lot of appliances in here. I want the waffle maker, the ice cream maker. I don't know what else you can get, but I want them in here. I don't know whether to go modern because of the amount of appliances, and they all look quite modern. I know it can still look cottage vibe with them all. I don't know. I always go vintage cottage core with it. But this bush needs trimming, so I might shrink that down a bit. I still like it there. And we've got to get rid of the crates and landscape the front and make it look inviting. Oh yeah, with the kitchen section, this bit here, I don't know where the front counter and the display's going, but in here I'm gonna put a gate, so it's like gated off at one of the ends, possibly this end. So there'll be a gate, then there'll be the front counter, and then there should be the cold display. If there's any room, I'll put like a corner counter to follow round the room. But I want it proper cluttered. I want it, really need to have a look at what decor and stuff that I've got, and sweet displays that have what is it, like lollipops and stuff. It's not a refrigerated one, it looks like stacked baskets. If I've got room, I'll plant them around, don't know where, maybe near the entrance, I'm not sure. Yeah, I really don't know what to have. I've not thought about the layout for the upstairs yet. Let's put the walls up so we can have another look. And the front, I'm not going to decide yet because I don't know what I'm doing with this room here. I don't know if I'm going to knock this section, because if we, so it'll be like this section here, so it'll still be a covered area. Put some fairy lights. Oh, I don't know. Stairs, I'll need to add some railings too. I do plan on stuffing as many tables with chairs in here as I can, and then we're all going to have some kind, like a menu, condiments, maybe a bunch of flowers on. I want it to look, I really want it to look full and cluttered in here, but not messy. I don't want that. But I like the idea of the bathrooms, the 3 bathrooms. So if I go build mode, when it loads, here we go. So if I'll do it now. If I section off the bathrooms, I'll show you exactly what I meant. And one there. So now I've got to put a light in each of these and put a door on the front. The door's going to be like to the left. Yeah, that was, the door's going to be to the left. So then I'm going to have the toilet on this one, on this wall. The sink here on this wall. So they're facing to the right there. And there's going to be a corner cabinet with some little cluttery bits, nice bits in each of them. And this bit here is obviously, so I'll leave that like that so I know what I'm doing. I don't even know what colours I'm having the walls or anything yet. But I'm definitely looking forward to decorating this kitchen part. I've made a tiny bakery before. It was tiny, but I didn't really know what I was doing, but I did like setting up the kitchen with the appliances. think that's it for the time being from what I've decided. Yes, I need help deciding whether to keep it cottagecore, vintage, or go for a modern calf style. So you've got to help me out with that. I've mentioned the garden. Oh yeah, we're going to have out here as well. We're home growing our ingredients. I'm going to need a bee box, because if I'm having the bakery shop, I'm going to need honey to sell. So that's where the bee box comes in, which will help out my fruit and veg as well. So it's a big, lovely big cycle, and hopefully helps with my eco footprint, which I am desperate to turn green. It's green in one area and I've got lovely sun rays, and now I want it everywhere. That was part 2 of the unfinished empty shell to finished build series. I look forward to doing more for you. Please like and subscribe.